Welcome. Welcome. And I'm sorry. I'm sneezing for no real reason because this is the most important day ever. So, of course, I have to sneeze on the most important day ever. It is like Christmas. Yeah, it's a pagan holiday. Yeah, it's not a Jesus holiday, but we can say it's a Jesus holiday. But my Jesus holiday is in June when it's supposed to be for everybody. But, but Jesus left me a Christmas present for you. Isn't that amazing? But first, before I give you Jesus' Christmas present, we have to get other people in here also because the Christmas present is for every kind of weirdo that we can find. So we're going to go find weirdos for a second because it's highly important, uh, you know, capturing God's lost ones. So we are going to go capture God's lost sheep. So welcome and please stick around because it is good. I just have to share this out a place or two. But also I want to tell you, hopefully you're not drinking and driving or driving and texting my show. I hope you are settled down where you are and you are relaxing to the story and my anti-preaching. Because it's really nice to have you here. And it would be really nice to have you here, especially not wrapped around a tree. So I appreciate your safety. Yes. Yes, I do appreciate your safety. Especially being here at the party pen. Your safety is imperative to my success. And that should make you feel good. You are imperative. Yeah. And one more place, and then we're done. I gotta share it one more place. If I can find that one more place, right? Um, okay. We'll just post it here for the fun of it. Because these pagan people are very nice to me. And they are also weirdos of the flock. So we are going to invite them. Yay, we're inviting people. Is people. Oh, okay. Now I'm in the right place. Merry Christmas, Muddy. Look, okay. Stay till the end because I tagged you in Discord, but I don't believe I'm totally right. Like I believe I'm a little bit right about this here book. I still want you to get it. Because I'm still gonna read it. But I said that I thought it was more hype. However, Dustin and Carmen explained something to me which made it make sense. So, if you wait till the end, I'll tell you all about it. But I kind of want to tell you about it now because I'm afraid you're going to be asleep. So, I'll just tell you now because I don't want you to go to sleep. And I wore your thing for Christmas today. Yeah, I did. I wore it for Christmas. And it matches my pants. You can see my pants. See? It matches my pants and my sweater. This is one of those half sweaters or quarter sweaters. So I put this thing over it and it looks so great. Yeah, it does. And not only did I get this awesome ass chair for Christmas, but I got the Ethiopian Bible right here. Okay. Now, I know for sure some of the books in this book are also in the Catholic Bible. There's like 3 or 4 books in here that are in the Catholic Bible. Also, the book of Judith, which is in God Said What. It is also in this book. It's also in the Apocrypha, and it's also in the Catholic Bible. There is, I believe, an apostle book in here also, but it, oh, and the book of Ezra is in here, but there's an apostle book also. Yeah, the book of wisdom is in here. Oh, in addition to Esther. Esther was a beautiful story. I think Esther is the one that married her husband that died's cousin. It's a great story. It's a great love story. Or that might be Judith. One of the two is the greatest love story ever. Okay, no, I think it's Ruth. The book Tobit is in here. And then something called the Estradas, like Eric Estrada. Oh, the cryptic apocalypse of Paul. So more Paul bullshit. Man, I don't believe. Oh, here it is. The second epistle to Clement the Corinthians. But this is after and before a bunch of Old Testament stuff. Like it's after the book of Enoch. So the epistles we're going to have to read last because I don't want to read them in the middle of the Old Testament because that would be fucking weird. So, thank you. Thank you. I tried to look really nice. Yeah, didn't work so well for me. But I tried. I tried. But this is the Ethiopian Bible. It's the 1799 one on Amazon. Okay. But the reason they told me this was so small is because it doesn't have the Old Testament attached to it, nor does it have the New Testament attached to it. So it's just the books out of the Ethiopian Bible, which really it seems like that might be the books that are in the Catholic Bible. So I don't think we have any of the unknown books. I can't be totally sure, but I'm going to have to try to remember all the books that we've already read. So when we read the Catholic Bible, we can read the ones we haven't read, if that makes sense. Anyway, that was my thing on it. Look, I lost a viewer. That was the thing on my Ethiopian Bible. Hey, preacher, welcome. So, Miss Mud Duck, what do you think about my idea? And I'm only asking you now because I don't know when you're going to go to sleep. Look, Ricky, look what I got. Isn't that awesome? Here, I'll do it like this. There you go. Yeah. The Ethiopian Bible. I don't know how to make my camera do it front ways. So I I don't know. And also, if I can get Dustin to agree to it, I might be able to start going live on that other uh platform that you can go live on. So I can get to some more of the people that need to join the flock. So that's only if I can get Dustin to say yes. Ooh, 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 ooh. I almost, you know, I'm just gonna quit putting that here. Well, I can't really put it anywhere. Okay, I'll just put it there. There. Now it's out of the way. I'm probably safe. Okay. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, because I thought I would. I'm out of Bible funds. I can't buy no more Bibles. But luckily for us, it was Christmas, so I was able to get another Bible. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and start the Sermon on the Mount. Well, unless anybody else has got anything to say. Miss Mudduck, do you got anything else about any of the things we were talking about? Preacher, do you got anything? And I got a joint for the middle of this. Okay. So, anyway, the rest of you, whoever might be here. We are reading we are reading part of the second part of this great ass book called God Said. Because he did not fucking say that. We're doing a small part. We are doing a small part of part 2 of this book called Jesus Who. We're reading the most very special part of this book where God gives all the weirdos of his flock a super fucking blessing. And I don't care what anybody says, this part of Jesus' story has specifically to do with us. And we have read about it in both of the prophet books, saying Jesus was going to hang out with people like us. Absolutely. So I believe, no, I don't believe, I fucking know this has to do with people like us. So feel free. I thought you quit smoking weed. I thought you were quitting smoking weed because it's bad for business. Okay. So we are reading chapter 5 of Mathew of the second part of this trilogy. It is book 2. Hold on. Oh, I'm in a basement. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay. So we are on chapter 5 of Mathew. So let me know when you're there, Miss Muddy. We're on chapter 5 of Mathew. And anybody else that might be following along. We are on chapter 5. Yeah, indulging in shit is bad for business. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You fuck it, do it tonight because it's Christmas. Just be careful. Don't cough a lot. Uh, just don't cough a lot, okay? Coughing is bad. Don't do that. And drink some honey. Take a spoonful of honey. It'll clear your lungs and not make it so rough. That's just my advice. You can take it or don't take it. Hi, Kurt. Merry Christmas. I'm so glad you're back. I was wondering because you left last time. Please don't leave this time. This is a great place to be. And we're focusing on Jesus' Christmas present to all of us sheep dressed like wolves. So feel free to join us. We are on Matthew chapter 5, and I'm going to start reading right now, I swear, on everything I love. So I'll get back to the comments before chapter 6. Okay. And chapter 5 says, seeing the multitudes. And remember, all the people with Jesus are people like us. So, hold on, my necklace. Okay. So, all the people with Jesus are people like us. And he's seen them out there, right? And he felt pity on them. Oh, wait, hold on. He saw the multitudes of people like us. He went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to them. Then he opened his mouth, saying, no, he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, now, me personally, I don't know if he's talking to everybody or if he's only talking to his disciples. I'm not totally sure because he says he teaches them. But in Jesus' personality, he's always talking to the people. So I don't know why it would be any different here. But it makes a point to say his disciples came to him. Then he started teaching. So that makes me think it could go either way, just because of Jesus' personality. And then on the flip side, how it brings his disciples into it. Okay. But I personally believe Jesus is talking to everyone just because of what he says right here. Okay. And it says, seeing them, oh yeah, he sat down and taught them, saying, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. That's us when we get ignored by the church people or they don't want to be around us because we don't worship God like them. Now remember, Jesus is always shitting on the God people, and he's always getting the ones who are on the fence about the God thing. You know what I mean? Or the ones who get chased out of the church because they don't fit in. You know, they forgot to put their wolf costume on to go into these den of people. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And I believe this means blessed are the mourning is like being sad because you think God's not there, right? So God will come to you. You will be comforted by God, even though you're sad because you can't see him or talk to him because the church people told you can't. You don't fit in, so you feel ostracized like God don't love you. And he's saying, you will be just fine. Don't worry about it. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Now, I've heard meek mean two things. Meek is like a warrior in a garden, or meek is like a gardener in a war. I'm not exactly sure, but I would like to think as a warrior in a garden, you know, somebody that's, you know, really gentle in person, but will fuck somebody up if they need to. Because one of the things I heard, and I've never proved it, but Jesus, well, no, that's not true because Jesus did say, take up your arms. So it might be a warrior in a garden, but that could be us. We're strong. Here we go. Blessed the meek, they shall inherit the earth. Yeah, I think this is warriors and gardens. And blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. That's why you're at the party pen. That is why you are here at the party pen. Wait, hold on. I gotta quit paying attention to chat, Nikki. Read. Okay. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Warrior in the garden. Hi, Seven. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And I think that's Jesus, like what Jesus said. You got to be like a little kid. I'm not exactly sure because people have a hard time being like children, because everything else fogs their brain. So I think you got to stay away from the things that fog your brain, like little kids do, because they're always outside. They're always doing happy things and they're always smiling. Okay. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. That's again a warrior in a garden. You don't fit in, you become a warrior. But you're a warrior, so you want to be peaceful. You don't want to cause trouble. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteous sake. Okay, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, I just want to time out right now because people use this line right here to justify a lot of their bad behaviors. They say, oh, well, I'm persecuted because I'm doing God's work. It's like, no, people are not putting you in jail because you love Jesus. They're putting you in jail because you fuck children. You hurt children. That's why they're putting you in jail. And people use this line right here to explain why they are in jail. Instead of owning up to their bullshit, they blame it on the Bible. And that's another. Stop doing that, Seven. Stop, because you know I can't read that. Well, I can read it, but it's a lot to read. I mean, don't stop doing that because other people need to know that information also. But anyway, they don't get thrown in jail because they love Jesus. That is a different kind of persecution altogether. Okay. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. So they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Okay. Again, it has nothing to do with why people are in jail or why people hurt children or why people hurt each other. They may think it is. They may try to get out of punishment because the Bible says this. But remember, this is saying when people persecute you because you love Jesus, that's when this happens to you. You have to claim Jesus always. And then if people hurt you because you love Jesus, this right here is for you. Not to get you out of jail, but to give you comfort and peace, knowing you died for me. You will be blessed in heaven. You will probably be a colonel in God's army. Like you will be up there. Hi, Robert. Welcome. Shut up, Nikki. Quit reading chat. I'm done reading chat. And also, this is also one of the reasons I do not want to be a prophet because I've read the Old Testament and I know what they do to prophets. That's why I am a sage. Because as much as I love Jesus and I'm down with God, I'm not really fond of dying. So, okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This, pay attention. Pay attention. This is definitely for you. This is definitely for you. Yes. Okay. You are the salt of the earth. You are the flavor packet of life. You are the spice that goes on ramen noodle. You are the spice that goes on food. You are the spice that makes life amazing. You, you are the flavor packet of life. You are the cheese shit that goes on Doritos. Believe it. You make everything good. Yeah, you make everything good. That's what Jesus is saying right here. You make everything good. Okay. Now, but if flavor loses its flavor or if salt loses its salt, right? What good is it? It's good for nothing, but it's to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. So if you are not the flavor of life, what good are you? You are not good at all. You need to keep your flavor. You need to be an individual because if you are yourself and God works through you, right, we're going to keep going because it's exactly what this means. You, you bring your own unique flavor to life. If you don't have flavor and you're just bland like all the others, then you're just a light in a room full of lights. You're completely fucking useless. Okay? And you should quit wasting space with your bullshit. Okay. I said it, and okay. Wonderful. You are the light of the world. You individually. You, the individual. Not a God. Jesus doesn't say a light full of, a room full of lights. What kind of basket are you going to put over that? It would be a really fucking big one. A comically sized basket. And nobody's going to do that. That's waste fucking time. Right? So you are the light of the world, a city that's set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Again, you, the individual, God put his light in you. And once you start being different than you were, right? Once you start doing different things, everybody is going to fucking notice it. And then people are going to start doing what you do in their own friend groups. And then that's how the light gets spread to other people. It's not in a room full of lights, it's individual. You have to do your own thing in your own space to get the kind of results that God wants. Because remember, Jesus said, the one sheep out of 100. You go looking for that one sheep, that one light, you, and then you spread it, and then Jesus and God sees that individual light because God doesn't like the darkness. It freaks him out. So he needs light to see. And if you are, we're Matthew 5, the sermon. Okay, so a city on a hill. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Isn't that what I just said? Your individual light spreads to other people, and then their individual light spreads to other people and their group, and then their go to theirs. It's like the you affect 7 people. You affect one person, then that person affects another person, and then that. It's just like the whole, like you have sex with one person, you're really having sex with like 7 people. because each person has sex with somebody else. You know what I mean? So let's keep that in mind. Under a basket with a, and it gives the light to everyone. Let your line, no, hold on. Let your light to shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Again, it all goes to that thing right there, which is what I've been saying this whole time. Your light matters, not a room full of lights. Paul tells you to be a light on the vine. No, Paul wants you to be a light in a room full of lights. He wants you to be like those other God people. But Jesus is saying, go be a fucking individual. Have your own flavor packet of life and then affect people that way while being yourself, but doing different things. It's people, places, and things, always. From rehab to this God thing. You got to affect your people, places, and things. For rehab, it's moving somewhere else to get clean. For Jesus, it's seeing other people getting, you know what I mean? So you got to affect your people, places, and things. Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly, I say to you, will heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one, I say to you. For assuredly, I say to you, till heaven and earth passes away, one jot or one little will, till all is fulfilled. Whoever, therefore, breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Boom! Yeah, that's giving me validation, is it not? I'm teaching it the way it should be taught. Don't be a light in a room full of lights, because you are the flavor packet of life. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. That's when the mustard seed thing comes in, because the scribes and the Pharisees only, they worship him vainly with words, right? But if you have faith of a mustard seed, it will grow big, and then you will out righteous all the people who are righteous, the ones going through back of line, but they think they're in the front of the line, but God never gets there because he part the front of line. Yeah. Okay. It will be okay. And you heard that it was said of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you that whoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whoever says to his brother, you fucking idiot, shall be in danger of the council. But whoever says, you dickhead, shall be in anger of danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar and you remember that your brother is a dickhead, leave your gift before the altar and go your way. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come offer your gift. Agree with your adversary quickly while you are on the way to him, lest your adversary deliver you to the judge and then you end up in jail because you can never pay your restitution on 35 cents an hour. That's $50 a month. I know that from experience. Hey, shut up, Nikki. I'll say hi to you in a minute. I'll say hi to everybody in a minute. Okay. Lest your adversary and you go to jail because you will not get out until you have paid the last penny. And I said it's $50 a month. Literally $50 a month. And then you got to buy commissary. So you're never getting out of jail. According to Jesus' law here, you are never getting out of jail. Okay. You have heard that it was said in the days of old, do not commit adultery. But I'm telling you, even thinking about it, you've already committed adultery. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out, for it is more profitable for you that one of your members perish than for your whole body to be cast into hell. Okay, I'm not reading that a bunch of times. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. Furthermore, it has been said, whoever divorces his wife, let him give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you, you're committing adultery, and so is she. You shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. But I'm saying, don't even do that, because mostly because it's not cool. Because that's literally taking the Lord's name in vain when you lie on God. Yeah, and I don't recommend lying on God because, well, God is God and he's a good guy. Don't lie on God. Okay. For whatever. Oh, hold on. But, okay, nor shall you swear, because you cannot turn your hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no be no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. Look, most of the time when you text somebody and ask them a question, if they take more than like 45 seconds to answer you back, 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So if you think somebody is going to take forever to answer you back, might as well not even ask them, because there's always an excuse. There's never just yes or no. There's no because this, and this. Nah, it's not even worth it. Okay. You have heard that it said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you, not to resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on your right, turn the other to him also. He doesn't tell you what to do the third time. I'm telling you to three-piece that motherfucker, because if 3 strikes, you're out. It's like boom, boom, boom. What is it? Right, left. What is it? Right, left, uppercut. Bam, bam, bum, bum, bum. Yeah. But I don't know if that's what Jesus would do. but I would attempt to do that. I don't know if I would really get a three-piece in, but I would try. Okay. Anyway. Anyway, this means the punishment fits the crime. So if you commit a crime, you're getting a punishment equal to that, if not the same. But Jesus says, uh, give him your cheeks. If anyone wants to sue you, then anyone who wants to sue you and take your tunic, then get butt ass naked and give it to him and give him your coat. Jesus didn't say that. Jesus didn't say that. He was like, just give him all that shit because you don't fucking need it. I'm free balling, free balling. I ain't wearing no underwear, so you can't have my underwear. I don't know if Jesus sang that song, but we're going to pretend like he did. Okay. And whoever compels you to go 1 mile, go 2. Listen, I smoke cigarettes and I am just way fat. I don't know if I can make it 2 miles. Give to him who asks you, and from him who wants to borrow from you. Do not turn away. Look, I did that one time with a hair straightener. I've never used a hair straightener, but I had one for some reason. Anyway, this girl was like, let me borrow your hair straightener. And I was like, yeah, you can borrow my hair straightener. And then when I went to get it back, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, okay. Okay, maybe I gave it to somebody else, but I'm pretty sure it was you. She was like, yeah, I don't have it. I was like, great. I should have let you use it at my house. But whatever. Free hair straightener for you. And then this other time, I got catfished by a girl. She was like, my baby, my car, I'm losing everything. And I was like, oh, she's the chick in the box. Because you know about the dude in the box, right? The only person who could help him out of the box is somebody that's been in the box. And, I've been in the box. So I was like, I'll give this girl $300 to get her car and her baby. So I gave her $300, which is why I'm not allowed to have my own money anymore because I just give it to people. So I'm not allowed to have my own money anymore. And my account's set up to where I can't get my money. It goes straight to rent. Money never physically touches my hand. My whole $974 goes straight to rent because I can't be trusted with money because I'll give it to girls on the internet. Because I always feel so bad for girls, man. It's like a dude is like, you could go get a fucking job. But girls with babies, it's real hard. So I always feel bad for girls with babies. Anyway, from the evil one, anybody, do not turn away. You have heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. No, that nobody, well, people do say that, but that's not in the Ten Commandments. I think it actually says, love your enemy. Okay. But I say, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, and do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use and persecute you, that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. Dude, I just realized. No, hey, business. Never mind. Shut up, Nikki. I'll talk to you guys in a second. But God does really get persecuted and who he does get hated and persecuted all the time, but he will gladly help those who um hate him. Actually, he loves the people who hate him. He loves doing the nicest things for them to prove them to be idiots. God is a clever, clever man. So we have to do like what God does. God loves them and gives them all the greatest things. That's absolutely right. That is absolutely what he does. Because when people get pissed off at God, he's like, hey, wait, I got something for you. Yay, good stuff. Yeah, okay. For he lets his sun set on evil and good, and sends his rain on the just and unjust. For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brethren, only what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collectors do so? Therefore, you shall be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. I just realized, yeah, God's a, a pretty, he's a pretty hefty dude. He's a pretty sound guy. So, anyway, let me go back up here and see who's all here and say hello. Because I've been trying to say hello to everybody as they come in. But I need to remember I gotta read first. Wait. Damn, okay, this not working so well. Where'd I leave off? I was kicked out of church. I saw that. Revelations already happened. Okay. Oh my God, how many times have I read this? I really need to share this with the hubby. She's being persecuted by the terrorists for doing the right thing. For doing the right thing. However, going out and assaulting random people like Antifa, that's not being persecuted for God stuff. You're being a dick. Absolutely. And I am not saying do that. Like, do not. No, I guess Jesus says, don't even resist. Let them do whatever they're doing. But he doesn't tell you what to do the third time. Okay, Revelations already happened. The noun lawlessness just appeared in English around. Okay, that's fine. We are in Matthew. No, Matthew 5. We're about to go to 6 right now. Sorry, I was talking to the hubby. Not the chapter, my bad. Yeah. Amen, Nikki. Oh, what I do? Hold on, Revelation, fitness. He's talking about hypotheses. Hey, business! Merry Christmas, my brother. Hold on. I don't even know if you're a boy. Hi, Robert. Okay, I need to. It's really hard to do this. Wait, it keeps going up. It's talking about hypothesis. Merry Christmas, business. And it came to pass when Jesus had ended these things. I don't think we're there. I don't know. We might be there. I might already read that. Merry Christmas, business. Hi, Firefly, my love. Hey, Feather. Are you girls still here? Hi, Seven. Let's see. Who else? Seven. No, I thought other people were here. Hold on. There's other people here, I thought. I don't know. I guess the other people here say hi in the chat so I can say hi to you. We're taking a smoke break in between chapters. Oh my God, no. No. No, no, we're not. Because we're at an hour. Maybe we can go over an hour. Okay. We'll go over an hour. We'll finish the Sermon on the Mount. Firefly, you're still here? Robert, are you still here? Business, are you still here? And everybody else, let's smoke them if you got them, and then we'll go on to chapter 6. We'll just read the whole Sermon on the Mount because, well, last time I read this, I stopped reading it in the middle of it, so we might as well do the whole thing. And I'll do a lot of anti-preaching. But I'm telling you, this outfit is getting really hot. But my feet are really cold. But like the rest of me is really hot. I figured you were still here, preacher. Because you rarely ever leave me early at all. So I figured you were still here. You would say bye. Other people don't even say bye when they leave. So if you're going to leave me, say bye. But I would prefer you go into the chat and tell me hi. Because I'm giving you the gift of Jesus. Well, I'm giving you Jesus' gift to you. So you should come say hi, at least. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This right here. This right here. This right here. Okay. Okay. This is the thing that we need to pay attention to because these are the things that happen to us by these terrible ass God people. Okay. And this chapter right here, well, a lot of this chapter right here, is why I don't trust Paul the imposter. Because Paul the imposter does the exact opposite of this. 1 second. Okay. So, take heed that you do not do your charitable deeds before men to be seen by them. If anybody here happens to know somebody that knows Trump, because it's very possible that somebody knows somebody to do with Trump, tell Trump to give an anonymous donation to a food bank around him or a food bank that he trusts, you know, like a little local food bank or something. Give them an anonymous donation because food banks fucking matter. I don't care what anybody says. Food banks matter because when it comes to a fucking hard time, man, food banks come in a clutch. So tell them to anonymously donate to a small food bank around him. Very important. Okay. Otherwise, if you do this in front of people, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Therefore, when you do a charitable deed, do not sound a trumpet before you, as the hypocrites do in the synagogue and in the streets, that they may have glory from men. Assuredly, listen, I'm telling you, they have their reward. But when you do a charitable deed, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, that your charitable deed may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will himself reward you openly. Trump has to start doing stuff in secret so God starts helping him more. Because we can do all the praying in the world, but if he doesn't do something, things are not going to change for him. He has to start doing charitable things in secret. And that doesn't mean telling everybody that he gives his White House paycheck away. That counts, sort of. But he has to do things in secret, nice things in secret. And when you pray, you shall not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. Assuredly, I say to you, they have their reward. But you, when you pray, go into your room. When you have shut the door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And when you pray, do not use vain repetition as the fucking Catholics do, for they think that they will be heard for their many words. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need before you ask him. In this manner, therefore, pray. I used to try to do this with my eyes closed, but I always mess it up. Well, I miss like a sentence or two. So this time I'm not going to do it with my eyes closed, but maybe you guys could do it with your eyes closed. I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying, if we're going to be reading a prayer, we should probably be praying. Or, you know, I don't leave. I fall asleep. I'm left by myself in the chat after the stream is over. That has happened. That has happened. But do you guys wanna like do the praying thing or whatever. If you want to, go ahead. I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying it's a Jesus prayer, so maybe I'll even put my joint out. I won't even hit it a second time. I'll just put it out. Okay. Here we go. Oh. I guess we're not ending. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For is for thy is the power. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. For if you forgive men their okay. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive yours. Moreover, when you fast, do not be like the hypocrites with a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear to men to be fasting. Because listen, I'm telling you, they have their reward. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that you do not appear to men to be fasting, but to your Father who is in the secret place. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Do not lay up for yourselves earthly treasures where the moth and rust can destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth or rust can destroy, where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, your heart will be also. The lamp of the body is the eyes. Now remember, we were just reading about the creature made of eyes, right? And then God gives people new eyes to see, right? He does it a lot of times in the Old Testament. What I think he does is takes the eyes out of the wheel and gives you new eyes out of the wheel. That's why it's a lamp of life, right? Therefore, your eye is good. Your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If if therefore the light that is in you is dark, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. This is how America was set up to fail. Because we have two masters. We have the Democrat Party and the Republican Party. And we love the Republican Party and we hate the Democrat Party. Some of you love the Democrat Party for some god awful reason and do not like the Republicans. But there are some Republicans that are shitty ass people also. So, we have our choice and we love one and we hate the other, or we tolerate one and dislike the other. Okay. Serve two masters, he will hate one, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Also, also, if you love God, you can't love other things. Because remember, somewhere in here, Jesus says, if you hate everything, when you hate everything, you can be my friend. And God right here is saying, you can only be my friend if you hate all this other flashy bullshit. Therefore, I'm telling you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what will you put on. Isn't life not more than food and body, more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap. They don't even gather to barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more valuable than they? Which of you, by worrying, can add 1 cubit to his stature? So why do you worry about clothing? Consider the lily of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. And yet, I'm telling you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Now, if God so clothes the grass, which the grass, which today is the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow thrown in the oven, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? Therefore, do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? That's why food banks matter. I Food banks matter because of shit like this. Food banks matter for which I wear. For after these things the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knows that you need all these things, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about its own things. Sufficient for the day it is its own trouble. I don't know what that means, but we are done with chapter 6. Okay. We could probably do okay. Okay. Yeah, we could do chapter 7. But what do you guys think so far? I'm going to go back in my chat real quick and read what people are saying. Actually, if I go early, I'll just say it. I know, that's what I was saying, Ricky. Hold on. Okay. I have understand that there are false witnesses. Are you talking about me? Why do you keep doing this? Like writing all this stuff. I don't know what you're writing. Hi, Firefly. I'm here. Okay, Feather. Feather, are you still here? I usually, okay, I know that. Hi, cousin Nolly. How are you? Been here a minute. Oh, I don't fall asleep. I'm late. Okay. But even this frequently assaulted by doubt that they hold it with a trembling heart. Thank you for reading this tonight. It lifts my spirit. I needed this. I love you too, Miss Muddy. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest present from Jesus. I promise it was made for people like us that are lost and confused. This is the handbook of Jesus. The Sermon on the Mount is the handbook of Jesus. This is how you do Jesus. You listen to the Sermon on the Mount. Or, read it yourselves. I'm not telling you that this shit means this shit in stone. You could read it for yourself and find out what it means to you personally. Because I can tell you what I think it means, and fuck, it might mean totally something different to you, but it is for you. You personally, your understanding of this. I can only give you what I believe it says, what I believe it's supposed to say to you. But you will actually know what it says if you read it and internalize it and like, oh man, fuck, I am the flavor packet of life. Absolutely. I'm the flavor packet of life. But what do you guys think about it? Like, what are your thoughts on the Sermon of the Mount? Maybe before you heard me read it, and or what do you think about it hearing me read it? Because I know some people have heard the Sermon on the Mount spoken by other preachers and like what other preachers say it means. But what do you think about what I think it means? Okay. Chapter 7 is what I have a real problem with. And what I think I need help with the most. Because I always got something to say about somebody else because I am totally insecure um in my own self because I know the terrible things that I've done. So I like to project my ickiness of myself on other people, which is really bad for someone to do. And it is a real issue for me. I have to check myself before I wreck myself. But I also judge people in a very nice way, at least to their face. Like I try to go around and tell people nice things because you never know what kind of day they're having. So if somebody just walks by and tells them something nice, it might stop them from robbing a bank or something stupid like that. Or, it may stop them from doing something stupid to themselves because somebody told them something nice. You never know. Like, I wish people randomly told me nice things. Nobody ever randomly tells me nice things. Actually, people always talk shit behind my back, which is a real problem that I have. People like to say mean things about me behind my back. And then when arguments happen, other people like to tell me everybody hates me instead of, people just telling me they hate me. Then you find out about it on days, you know. People are lucky that I'm not like so much sad inside myself. Well, actually, people are kind of lucky that I think I am the best thing ever and I am so awesome because there's a lot of times that I've thought about taking a bath with some barbed wire. Or, I mean, a shower with some barbed wire or baths with razor blades. But it never happens because I couldn't live without myself. I would fucking die if I wasn't here, man. If I wasn't around to keep myself company, I don't even know what I would do. I guess is the point of that or whatever. I don't know. But chapter 7 is something I have a problem with. Okay. So chapter 7 says, "Judge that you not be judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And God will call you uneven to your face, you fat bitch." That's not, that's not, that's not what Jesus said. That's what I said. Okay. "Judge that you be not judged. For with the judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me blow that eyelash out of your eye, and not look at the whole shit ton of eyelashes that are in your eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to blow out the eyelashes in your brother's eye. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you into pieces. Oh, that is fucking real life all day. Oh my God, is that real life? That is fucking real life. That is a thing that happens. That is a fucking thing that happens, man. Especially when you're so fucking nice. People just rip you down. And then when you're mean and stick up for yourself because you are a shit talker from way back, people get real mad at you and hurt your feelings and tell you everybody hates you. That is a thing. Okay. "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be open. Or what man is there among you who, if his stone, no, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone?" I said this before, only if we could get it on YouTube so I can get some more views. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, big guy. You know I say that every time. Yeah, sometimes I wish it was true because I need more views and more subscribers. But I wouldn't do it because Kelso wouldn't think it was funny. and he might hit me with that rock. And Supersonic, she would just walk away from me with an attitude, because that's how 18-year-old girls are. They just have an attitude. Okay. For what man, give him a stone. Or if he asks for a fish, we'll give him a serpent. Would it be a gardener snake? Because I might do that and then have some guy show him how to skin it. I don't know what's happening. If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Therefore, oh, but I would also put that on YouTube. And as a matter of fact, I've said everything you've given me on YouTube. Therefore, whatever you want men to do to you, so you shall do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets. All right, here we go. Here's the other thing. Okay. Enter by the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many who go in by it, because narrow is the gate and difficult is the way which leads to life, and there are few who find it. It is easier to do the wrong thing, and it's harder to do the right thing. That's why so many people go to the back of the line and so few people go to front of line, because it's easier to do the hard thing. I landed my ass in prison doing the hard thing. Or I landed my ass in prison doing the easy thing. So, and doing this Bible shit. Although it is the easiest shit I've ever done in my life, sometimes it's very hard. Like I have to make a case for everything that I get in my videos. Like this microphone, this wig. I didn't ask for the chair. They got that on their own. But this microphone, these headphones, that webcam that is broken, it shorted out on me. It almost fried everything. But it didn't, thank God. Okay. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. That's why I come to you in wolf clothing. I am dressed like a wolf, but I am actually a sheep. And you guys are sheep in animal costumes dressed like wolves. It's got to be really hot. But we get into fit in, man. Well, we fit in to get in. And we are good at their bullshit while being good in the world. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Right? Okay. Beware of false prophets who come dressed like sheep, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. See? See? We fit in to get in. They don't eat their own kind. If you aren't prepared for the world, you will get eaten. You will know them by their fruit. So the shit that they do, right? Do men gather grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistle? Even so, every good tree bears good fruit, but every bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown to the fire. Therefore, by their fruits you will know them. Not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, yeah, look, this right here makes me believe Jesus' mother Mary is not in heaven, and Jesus' friend Paul or Peter is not in heaven because of this right here. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, we have prophesied in your name and cast out demons in your name and done many wonders in your name. And then I'll be like, I don't, I, who are you? I don't think I know you. I've never seen you before. Right? Therefore, whoever bears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat on the house, and it did not fall. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them, his house is on the sand, and it fell, uh, and the winds blew and hit the house, and it fell. And so it was. When Jesus ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his teaching because he taught them like a badass. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Look. Okay. Yeah. That's the end of the Sermon on the Mount. So, that is your Christmas present from Jesus. So, I hope everybody enjoyed it and at least got something out of it because it was definitely made for you. So, what do you think? Oh, and everybody, don't forget to hit like and subscribe because I appreciate it. But what does everybody think? Did everybody fall asleep? I'm so glad. I'm so glad everybody fell asleep smiling. You know they did. Nothing? No one. 7. Did everybody leave, literally? Well, I mean, that's okay, I suppose. Oh, damn. I didn't hear or I didn't see any of this stuff. Okay. Saith the Lord. Okay, hold on. You agree? Okay. Beware of false. Yeah, I'm not a prophet though. 7. I'm a sage. It's different. And I come in sheep's clothing. Beware of false. Okay, so you are trolling me. I get it, but I'm not a prophet. I'm a pretend prophet. Although Dustin made me quit calling myself that because of Chad and Lori Daybell. He was like, do not call yourself that. Because I was calling myself a pretend prophet at the beginning of this. Like years ago. But Dustin said, I cannot do that anymore because Chad and Lori Daybell. Yep. So I wasn't allowed to call myself that no more. But you know what? You calling me a false prophet means other people start calling me names. And then I'll start getting uh more views. Maybe not more subs, but I definitely get view hours. So yeah. Do me a hella good favor. Start talking shit. So then I could show people how special I am. Because I'm fucking special. I don't know anybody else who goes around anti preaching. Not a lot of people do. A lot of people pretend to be for the youth, but are not for the youth at all, and teach them how to be lights in a room full of lights, which is the fucking worst thing for these people because it doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help anybody. If you teach someone how to be a light only in front of you, but then be a shit fuck outside of church, does not help anyone. It does not help anyone. You should teach people to be themselves in a good way. Oh shit, there's a whole lot of stuff. Dino Duck. Oh man, I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Be serious and frequent the examination of your heart and life. Let every action have reference to God. Didn't I just say that? It's a peace that vanishes all vanity. Also, didn't I say that? You got to stop believing this New Testament. It's teaching you Jew law. It's teaching you the exact opposite of everything Jesus ever said. If you take the story of Jesus seriously, you will see how the New Testament is bullshit. And it has nothing to do with Jesus at all. It actually shits on Jesus. If you know what Jesus said, then you would know that Paul is saying the exact opposite, but wrapping it with the word Jesus. No, that New Testament is bullshit. The real king with authority. Yes. Yep. Okay, hold on. I oh, shit. Serious and frequent exam. I already read this. Damn. Damn. I'm trying to read this stuff, but it's not going so well for me. I enjoyed it. It was great. I'm listening. Be right back. Was not call you sage. You're reading old reading. I appreciate you calling me sage. Oh, okay. 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 Good night, preacher. Okay. Roman. Where? Okay. Hold on. Okay. Waving. Oh. Yeah, I just shit on the Catholics. I apologize to you, but I don't apologize to what you guys do and the whole fucking praying thing. Good night, cousin. Okay. So, 7. I okay. Me personally, I have a problem with the New Testament. Me personal. And mostly because the story of Jesus makes me so sad. And I have read it 3 times. And I could go the rest of my life without reading book 2 or book 3 of this book. I believe book 2 is the saddest shit that I've ever read, and book 3 lies about book 2 because it's all worded nicely and it's worded in a way that it makes it sound like it would be something Jesus said because it's written with force. But if you know God people and these terrible ass God people, they always rail on what they do the most. And Paul is always railing on about fornicating. And I believe that's because that's what he does the most. He fornicates more than anybody. And that's just my personal opinion, knowing what I know about God people. And they're all fucking creepy weirdos. And they all get taken over by power. It might have started with something noble, but as soon as money gets involved, it turns really bad, really fast. And then they start talking about, don't do this and don't do that, but they're going around and doing it because it's easier to do the wrong thing than the right thing. And I don't believe the New Testament. It's word salad. Yes. Well, I saw Jesus in person. Well, all but his face mostly, but I saw him in person. I was in a coma, So I don't. No, I do know it was real because it's the only thing I remember. I don't remember getting jumped. I don't remember getting bricked in the head. I don't remember any of that. But I remember meeting Jesus. And I remember I was I was in a place where there was a dirt floor and we probably were playing tic-tac-toe on the dirt floor. And then Jesus came in the room and there was a big, like, he opened the door and there was just like you know how the outside, when you're in a dark room and somebody opens a door and then you see them, but you don't really see them. You just see the outline of them, but the bright light behind them, that's what it was. And I said, "It's you." And I jumped up and forced a hug on him. And then I woke up from a coma like 3 seconds later. Yep. I remember that like it happens to me every day. And I've asked that, like, a lot of people say Jesus tells them the secrets of the world. But personally, I fucking doubt it. But then again, I didn't get any chance to ask him a question. I just forced my love on him. like I have a problem with forcing myself on people. Yep. And I forced myself on Jesus. I forced my love on him. Yep. Well, after this Ethiopian Bible, we're gonna start the Catholic Bible because there's only a little bit of this Ethiopian Bible. It doesn't look to be that long, and then we're gonna work on getting the cat. Well, we're gonna work on getting the Catholic Bible while we read this Ethiopian Bible. But I know in this Ethiopian Bible, there's a lot of the same books that are in the Catholic Bible. So we're gonna have to go through and figure out which ones we already read. Sounds like Greek word sun Lisa implies the knowledge of two or more things together. I don't even know what that means. Um, well, we're gonna know a lot of stuff from three things. So whatever that word is, that's what we are, right? That is something five. It implies the knowledge of two or more things together. We're going to know a lot of things together. We're going to know three of the bazillion Bible. Yep. Well, I suppose we know Jew law also. So I guess it would be four things. Because we know the Old Testament, we know Jew law, we know what Jesus said, we know what these stupid ass imposters says, and we're going to know what the Ethiopian Bible says, and then we're going to know what the Catholic Bible says. So we're going to know a lot of fucking things. We have gotten so smart on my channel. We are getting so theologically smart. And we didn't even have to go to fucking school for it. Look at that. We just saved ourselves a bazillion fucking dollars on a YouTube channel, knowing a bunch of fucking things now. I don't know. That's how I'm justifying myself. But we are at 2 hours, just about. Description straight from Kurt on the text. Oh, that's book 3 of God Said What. There is God Said What, Jesus Who, and this other bullshit. That it's a trilogy. The Bible is a trilogy. Sure, Jane, I'm not smart. I'm a small town country girl. No, no, we're on this channel and we're learning so much shit. Good night, Feather. I love you. I love you. And I did have a great day. And I hope you have the greatest day also. I love you so much. And I love everybody so much. Even you, Seven, even though you confused my brain and I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I love you for that idea that I have no fucking idea what you mean. But I love you for it because now I gotta figure out what shit means. What does it mean? I don't even know what's happening. Yep. And look, this place is full of so much fucking love. You guys, it's so much love. But we do, all of us have to go to bed because we're at like 2 hours and a bunch of people quit watching. So that probably means we're done. And I need more coffee.
What? Hi, Miss Money. It's me, God Voice. I just wanted to tell you guys I love you also. Me, God, and God Voice. I love you. And I'm so happy that you guys are learning my stuff. My unofficial biography is fucking long, ain't it? Yeah, my biography is really, really long. Uh Sucks to be us. We got to read it. Man. And I'm just now remembering I did all this shit. It was so long ago. Thank you for reminding me of my awesomeness. I appreciate you. And I love you guys so much. Goodbye.
God's out of control. Ask Abigail Quadran, expert and rare book. I well, well, good for her. I am, I am an expert in uh reading this book. I've been doing it for 8 years, and if you do something for 5 or more years, you're considered an expert. And I've been doing this for 8 years. And I can't tell you where anything is, but you give me a name, I could probably tell you the story, or at least the gist of the story. But don't put me to the test on that because now my brain is on these prophet books. But I think we're just gonna end up finishing Ezekiel and then going right into the Ethiopian Bible. Yeah. Well, no, technically not, Miss Muddy, because you haven't been dealing bullshit to people. So really, you're not an expert in bullshit because you haven't been giving bullshit. You haven't been doing bullshit to people. Smiles are free. Don't save them. Exactly. Yeah. Because your smile can make someone else smile. That's why in a room full of people, you can start laughing at absolutely nothing. And then everybody will start laughing with you because they'll be like, what the fuck? And then they'll just start laughing because it's fun to laugh. I'm under the sign of bullshit. Is that why you troll me so beautifully? Because you're giving me bullshit. Actually, you're not really giving me bullshit. You're just giving me things to not read. I thought I was the chief of the Slapaho tribe. If if you're the chief, then I'm the second in command because I'm always getting shit on. Yeah, I get shit on a lot. That's why I love hanging out with you guys. Slap. Yep. But you know what? That's why we're all together. Because we are all the tribe of Slapaho. Yeah. But I'm not very good at slapping people. You know what? Can I tell you guys something that happened? We got a minute left. Well, no. Now it's 2 hours. But anyway, I tried to be a dominatrix once. Okay? I tried to be a dominatrix. But the dude asked me to hit him, and I had a meltdown. Like, I don't want to hit you. Like, I don't want to hit you. And he's like, no, hit me. Smack me right in the face. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. Like, I know you want me to and stuff, but I can't do this. This is a hard job. And not even for all the reason that you would think it would be a hard job, but nope. The whole like being violent to somebody was very hard for me. Yeah. That is like the fourth job. Well, I've only ever had two legal jobs in my whole life. Three. Three legal jobs in my whole life. The rest of my jobs were very illegal. Yeah. I may seem like, well, I am a very brash individual, but I'm not very violent. I'm verbally violent, sort of. If you can, get me to argue with you, all you gotta do is say something bad about Trump. And then I am all up in your face. I do not give a shit. And then I might hit you. But other than that, no. Not very violent. Aw, don't cry for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. 31 years, one job. See, that's brave. I can never do anything. Well, that's not true. I'm trying to do this housewife thing, but I am very bad at that also. Yep, really bad at that. Although I could get better at it. I just don't. Although I should. Okay. Is everybody ready for bed? Oh, you're clapping. I thought you were waving bye. Wait, is that 31 years, one job? Is that being a housewife? Because that is a very hard job, and I commend you for it because I cannot. I can't even keep up. Oh, man. Oh, what was that? Okay. Listen, guys, I love you and I appreciate you staying up with me this late for this long. Not for this late, but for this long. And also this late. But I have to watch this over real quick and then go to bed. Dustin's gonna kick my ass. It's so late. This is the third night in a row I've gone to bed so late. It's okay. Because I sleep for a bunch of hours anyway. It's this medication, and the lady won't change it. And I'm like, it makes me sleep for like 20 hours straight, man. And she's like, no, you'll be fine. It's like, no, I won't. No, not a housewife. Yeah, housewifing sucks. Yeah, I wish I could do housework drunk, but I can't even drink. The last time I drank was like a day before my birthday, and I tried to find a third nipple that I don't have on stream. Yeah, that was the thing that happened. I'll never drink on my medication again because I take a bunch of seizure pills and then a couple antipsychotics. Well, two antipsychotics, two seizure pills, and there's a bunch of others. I take this whole little trash can of pills. Yeah, I take a lot of pills, and I shouldn't have been drinking and taking them at the same time, but I did, and I got delirious. It was a thing. Yep. Yeah, it was a thing that happened. Oh my god. I want my Johnny Depp Mega Pint back. I think I washed it once. I want my Mega Pint back. That thing fits a half a pot of coffee, and I can usually drink it from the beginning of my video to the end of my video. And then it's gone. Half pot of coffee in 1 hour. Yep. Oh, Miss Mud Duck is getting milk. No, milk is Miss Mud Duck's drink. She gets drunk on milk and then plays bingo and loses all of her money and goes to church. In my mind, that's what Miss Muddy does. Okay. I have a Oh, wait. That's a boat, isn't it? It's a tiny boat. Well, I guess it's not really tiny. Well, but it's the smallest of the big boats, right? It's kind of like a canoe, but faster. And I think it's got a motor. I don't know. No, that's a pontoon. On the pontoon? No, that's the medium of the big boats. The smaller of the big boats is a schooner, right? Schooner? Scooter. Something like that. Crooner is a singer. And yeah, the schooner thing is a boat, right? I might be confuzzled. But wait, is Oklahoma on water? I didn't think it had any water. Damn. That's what I get for knowing my geography, which I don't know. Ah, it is a boat, right? On a pontoon. Did you guys ever hear that country song? On the pontoon. I think that's how the tune is. But something about a pontoon. It was sang by a redhead, and she was happy on her pontoon boat. I have a ride to every Sunday. A Ninja air fryer. Hold on. Guess what I got? I give a ride to every. Oh, the man, he got you a Ninja air fryer. Oh, well, that's fucking awesome. I have an air fryer, but don't put it in the corner of your kitchen counter because it'll heat up on itself and then it'll just start going crazy. Because we put ours in the corner and I didn't realize it got hot back there, but it gets hot back there. And you want to put it on in an open space. Oklahoma has more shoreline than the East Cape. Oh, let's look it up. Okay, but is that schooner thing a boat? I thought it was a boat. But I'm guessing if you're answering that, it's probably a boat. Hey, and Miss Mudduck, I believe you. You live in Oklahoma. And my friend Brooke is right there right now in Oklahoma. She's spending time with her mom and a guy called Larry, or a dog called Larry. Somebody is called Larry, and Brooke is there with her mom right now in Oklahoma. But I don't know where. She don't tell me things like that. But I'm sure she'll tell me when she gets back. Or maybe she did tell me and I just don't remember. It's a big way. So you would have to put it on the edge of your, or on the corner of your kitchen counter, right? Just don't put it in the corner because it yours might really fuck up if it's like a glass one. Get too hot and explode. Yeah, you don't want that. And also, it could have been because we had it too close to the wall, also. Hey, Chris, welcome. Welcome. You came real late and you missed the Sermon on the Mount. We're about to get off here, so you should go back to the replay crew. Watch it on 2 times speed because we did the Sermon on the Mount and it's a good thing you should listen to. And Merry Christmas, by the way. I feel really bad now because you literally came right before we're about to hang up. But you should press the like and subscribe still anyway if you just came in. I have a table for the toaster oven. I'll put it there. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Chris. But you should really rewatch this on 2 times speed or 1.5 speed or whatever. Because it's a present from Jesus. I was distracted by magnets. Well, that's what you get for being a super evil genius. Now get distracted by my video. Or get distracted by my live stream. But also press the button. Give me all the thumbs. Put your thumbs wherever you want all over me. But give me thumbs. Damn, you know what? I always forget in the beginning of this video to say, give me the 2 times speed. Or watch it on 1.25 speed or 2 times speed because it goes faster. And this one went extra long. So you might still want to watch it on 2 times speed or whatever. Yeah, give me all the thumbs. Aw, Chris, I've never been called Captain before. Aye, aye, Captain. I know I just put that word in your mouth, but it made me feel special. Oh, did you see my new Christmas chair? And it came with a pillow. Yep. I got a Christmas chair. Oh, this is a pillow. Awesome. Oh my God. I'm getting so tired. All right. Let's smoke this last cigarette. And then we'll go ahead and go. But what's on your what are you on the boat about? On if you want to watch my live stream or not? You should watch it because it's a present from Jesus. It's the only present Jesus for sure gave us. You know, well, Jesus gave us a lot of presents, but these are his main rules. And you have to follow Jesus' main rules. You dropped it there. But where did I drop it at? Oh, right there. Even better. Glad to. It's been a busy holiday. Yeah, it's been kind of busy for me also. Well, I guess maybe not for me totally, but it's been kind of a hectic holiday. Yep. But it'll be all right. Okay. Look, it's getting super hot. Okay. It is way too hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off your big wig. I am so hot. I'm going to take my wig off. Yeah. Damn, my hair looks like it's so thin. Okay. Look. Okay. That's better. There. And just immediately passed out. That's what Dustin did. As soon as he came in, he put the baklava in there and then just went straight in there on his new chair and fell asleep. Because he also got a new chair. He got a regular reclining chair so he can play his video games. And he got me this chair so I can make my videos and then sit in here because I don't sit in the living room because he's got like a 65 fucking inch TV that's 2 feet tall and it's a flat screen and I'm a fall risk. So I stay back here with all my breakables up here. You're new. Well, do you know the reason why I wear that wig? Well, first, because I had to argue with Dustin and my dad about why I need that wig. And I gained 50 subscribers overnight. Even though 50 people don't watch my live streams, but people subscribed overnight. And then Then I was watching an interview with Violent J, because at the end of the day, I'm a juggalo. So Violent J said, if somebody was to make an action figure about you, or make you an action figure, how would people know it was you? And people would know it was me by that wig, that hat, and these headphones. That's how people would know it was me. Yep. So now I just do it. But it is really fucking. I got this long shirt on and a sweater on. Yeah, and that wig on. It just is too hot. And it's the end of my stream. I'm not even being Bible Lady right now. So I feel like I could take the wig off because I'm not being Bible Lady. So it's not really being fake. Show my Halloween pic. I send it to me on Discord DM. And because I have it on my phone. I keep it on my phone because I like to show people. But send it to my Discord, or maybe wait, did you send it to me personally? Wait, which one are you? My duck, right there. Let me go up here. No, no, that's a picture. What's that a picture of? That's not a picture. All right, Miss Muddy, I guess your pictures aren't in my messages. Damn. You can post them in general and then delete them if you want to. Oh, nope, there it is. Never mind. There you go. Give me just 1 second. There you go. Okay. Share screen. Right there. Yep. Yep, there's Miss Mud Duck for Halloween. She was me for Halloween. And I was me for Halloween, but I didn't look that good though. She fit me perfectly. Yep. She did the best job ever. Was that the only one? Damn it. Yeah, I guess that was the only one. Yep, that was the only one. Okay. But anyway, what'd you think about that, Chris? Yeah, she did. Because that is what I named my Bible. God said, what? But Miss Muddy made it so awesome. And the rest of it on my Bible says God's unofficial biography, Das Bible. as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Super Stone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. That's what it says, but I forgot to tell everybody who I was because I totally fucked up my intro because I had to sneeze a bunch of times. But she did do a very good job. But you know what? I'm really glad she didn't dress in all black because that might have fucked the whole thing up. Because my actual Bible lady costume is all black with a black robe. I just forget to put it on because then I forget to wash it and I forget to take it off. And then I'm just in the Bible lady costume for 5 days. Again, my therapist says that's because of depression, but I told her it's because I don't want to be cold. But she does not believe that answer. But that is the actual answer. I just don't want to be cold. Which is why I'm in 2 sweaters right now. Because I don't want to be cold. But anyways, enough about my grossness. Nikki was live during the party. Yep. It was hilarity. It was a great time. Yep. And also, Chris, you missed my favorite rapper coming in and chatting in the chat. There was literally nobody here but Preacher. And it was the day that my favorite rapper came into chat. So it looked like I had nobody nobody in my chat. But I kept trying to tell him that there was a lot of people. There are a couple people that come in, but that day nobody came in. But the next day everybody came in, except for you. Oklahoma had the highest temperature in the nation today. Crazy. You know what? It was that warm kind of cold today. Like it was cold, but it wasn't cold enough for a coat. And as a matter of fact, I think Dustin, he only wore a t-shirt outside today. And I wore 2 sweaters. 3 sweaters. No, I had my other sweater also. I had 3 sweaters on. I had this sweater, and a hooded zip up sweater. Yep. Now it's cold all day until I put that wig on. And then all of a sudden I got hot. You see it, my hair not semi sweaty anymore. But oh look, I spilled coffee in my hair. That's great. When did I do that? Hmm. See what I'm saying? Now Dustin's gonna have to wash my hair. I try to do everything to not get my hair washed. But then I fucking drip coffee in my hair and then I could be like, will you wash my hair? Like that doesn't take fucking 37 minutes to wash my hair. Because he does it in sections. It's the weirdest fucking thing. See, I just mess up my whole hair and just wash it, but nope. He washes it in sections. And it's like, why do you do that to my hair? And he's like, I prefer all of it smell like shampoo instead of cigarettes. I'm like, well, maybe I like my hair smelling like cigarettes. Do you see my cat with no tail? She's a mountain cat. Her name is Blue Girl. She's a blue cat with no tail. They're called Manxes. They're from the Isle of Man. And somehow she ended up under Dustin's mom's step when she was a kitten. So we got her. And she's the meanest fucking cat in the world. She is fucking terribly mean. The other cats are scared of her. And the raccoons are kind of scared of her too. Because she herds of them, makes them go to one spot. They're terrified of her. Yeah. Oh, I want a mud house and a throne of stone. It's got to be more comfortable than God's suitcase chair. Did you ever hear how that thing was made? Oh my God. And it doesn't have a pillow. Nikki, Oklahoma. Crazy. I was taking my daughter into the deep wood to start fires and dig in the... Yeah, you probably shouldn't start fires in the wood, dude. We built mud houses and thrones of stone. Actually, again, that throne of stone probably sounds more comfortable than God's suitcase chair. Because they didn't even have pillows. Well, they probably had pillows, but not on God's suitcase chair. Unless they put them like as a backrest. But sitting on that thing, you probably get hemorrhoids pretty quick. But I don't know. But we do gotta end, though. I do gotta end. We're at 2.5 hours. Yesterday we cleaned up the fallen tree on our... Yep. It rained recently. It's all good. Okay. But yeah, Miss Muddy took pictures of that tree. And I couldn't believe it was that big. Like, it seemed like it was a lot of wood. It seemed like it was a lot of wood. Or it made a lot of wood. It'd probably make fires for like a week or two. Oh shit. Whatever we ate just gave me heartburn. Like, well, it's great to catch you only for a bit. Merry Christmas. No! Go back and watch it from the beginning. Bendy Wendy. Yeah. Bendy Wendy is going to make fires for like a week or two. But, Miss Muddy, let me know when you get that Bible. Even if it's after the first of the year, because we got to finish Ezekiel, because that's the book that started this journey in the first place. Yeah, yeah, because, oh, Bendy Windy, still gonna make a lot of fires for a hot second. But yeah, um, rewind it and watch it for real because it is a gift from Jesus. I promise. And I did, like it says in the description, the sage does a lot of anti preaching because it is a lot of anti preaching. And it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes of preaching, and then the rest of it is just talking. But at least stick around for the reading part, because the reading part is what's important, not so much anything else. Although we do talk about a bunch of weird things, but the preaching part or the anti-preaching part is the most important part, and that is the gift. That is the gift. And I believe it's something that you need to hear not drunk, because I don't think you remember me trying to teach it to you drunk. And if you're not drunk, then you should listen to it. Even if you are drunk, you should listen to it, because I spoke it more clearly. All right, good night, Miss Muddy. I love you. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for sticking through the whole thing. I appreciate it. And enjoy your new air fryer, because it is the best thing that you have ever gotten in your life, I promise. We air fry everything. Although every once in a while it's like, nah, you gotta deep fry this shit. Especially jalapeno poppers. Those are not very good in the air fryer. They are way better deep fried. Mozzarella sticks, on the other hand, I remember important things. Okay. Well, you should remember a lot of this then. But it's worth hearing, because it's a gift. And I had the most people I've ever had watch that part of my video, and that's like 8 people. But that's 8 people more than I've ever had ever. So actually, it's probably like 3 more people than I've ever had ever. But still stands. It's the most people I've ever had watch a stream. But I do need to go to bed. So I love you guys. It's time to give the pillows some head and the sheets some ass, and have the sweetest dreams ever. Wait, hold on. I'm going to do it right. Have the sweetest dreams ever. Take goodbye.